All right, just make a quick crypto video. Everybody's kind of freaking out about this whole Iran Israel war, Bitcoin. A little bit of a pullback. I would actually say Bitcoin is holding on extremely well. I'm extremely bullish, guys, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. War. This whole war in Iran is such like I don't get why everybody's like all huffy puffy about it. I consider myself to be a MAGA guy, a Trump guy, and all the MAGA people are like, oh my God, we don't want any more wars in the Middle East. We don't want to be involved in anything. No, guys, we don't want to be involved in any more nation building. Yeah. We don't want to be involved in any more taking over a country, putting our troops there, hanging out there for 10 years. Yeah, we don't want to do that. But with Iran, if it's basically just a week of bombing the hell out of them and using some bunker buster bombs that completely annihilates their nuclear capability, I'm all for it. And I don't care. I mean, I don't know how it benefits the United States. And I'm not even talking about Israel and the other parts of the Middle East. I don't care about them. I don't care about fucking Israel. I mean, I'd rather deal with them versus the Muslims. The Muslims are just Neanderthals. But they're both wacky. They're both a wacky group, in my opinion. But I've been hearing about this Iran shit since Obama. I'm older than a lot of people. I've been hearing about this since Obama. Obama did nothing about it. Bush did nothing about it. Trump did nothing about it really the first time. Well, he did a little bit. And then Biden came in and basically did nothing about it. I'm sick of hearing about it now. Just bomb their fucking nuclear capability so it takes them another 15, 20 years to rebuild it. And that's exactly why Trump is involved in this. This isn't like going into Iran and nation building, putting in troops, trying to make them Western over there. This is just what we've been doing in the Middle East for the last 100 years. We're just going to bomb them. If they don't listen to us, and it looks like they're going to have a nuclear bomb, guys, if Iran gets a nuclear bomb, they're going to sell it to a terrorist group. And the next thing you know, New York City is going to get blown up by a nuclear bomb. That's exactly what they're going to do if they get a nuclear bomb. They've already said this. Their whole religion is anybody who's not Muslim is the infidel. The biggest enemy to them is the Jews, but then everybody else is right under the Jews. Americans, Jews, not Muslim, Buddhists, it don't matter who you are. They want you nuked. The minute they get a nuke, they're going to sell it for $1 billion to some ISIS group. And the next thing you know, California, New York City is going to get completely blown up. So yeah, Iran cannot have a nuke. Every president has agreed on this in the last 40 years. I don't see a problem with Trump just going in there. Let Israel do all the heavy lifting. We'll give them some intel. And then when it comes down to it, we'll use one of our bunker busters, which it looks like is going to happen pretty soon. And we're going to completely annihilate their nuclear capability. And then it's over. Within a week, this whole thing is going to be over. And then we'll never hear about it again. I don't have to hear about Iran and nuclear weapons anymore because it's all over. So that's basically what's going on, guys. And that's causing Bitcoin to pull back a little bit. I mean, you would think Bitcoin would be down to 101, 102, but it's not. It's holding on at 104, 103, 104. I mean, these altcoins are such a buying opportunity right now. Even if you want to trade, say you hate altcoins. I hate altcoins. I don't even like crypto. You can buy Cardano right now and probably sell it in 2 days for a 10% pump. Solana, Ethereum, anything. Any one of these altcoins by this time next week will probably be 10, 15% higher than it is right now. Same with Bitcoin. You can buy Bitcoin right now at 104, probably be 101, 110, 110 by next week, or maybe even before. So the minute this war dies down, which is coming to an end, so here's some article I found right here. Trump says Trump administration knows where Iran's supreme leader is, where he's hiding, and demands unconditional surrender. So it's over. It's over there. There's nothing left. And I've been saying it for years. These Iranians, they're Neanderthals. They basically have the equivalent of throwing rocks. Even you see all the missiles they've been lobbing to Israel. Yeah, they killed a few people because it was in large numbers of missiles. But they're Neanderthals. They're cavemen. So, and the last thing you want is a caveman with a nuclear capability. So they've pretty much been taken out. I see this thing ending within the next couple of days. This is all a power play by Trump. He's letting Israel basically handle it, do all the dirty work. We're going to come in at the end. We're going to bomb the shit out of his nuclear facilities, which are all deep underground. You have to have a special bomb. I think it's called a bunker buster to blow up these facilities. And then Iran, for the next 20 years, we don't have to hear about them having a nuclear weapon. It's like, I don't get why Tucker Carlson and all the MAGA guys are upset about this. Guys, this is a 1-week mission where we're just bombing their nuclear facilities. Trust me, if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, it's going to get smuggled into the United States at some point, and we're going to have a horrific scene in the United States. And the supreme leader of Iran basically just chants death to America. His whole mission in life is to kill as many Jews as possible and then basically blow up America. Like, why do you think he wants a nuclear bomb? So converting that over to crypto, yeah, it's another speed bump, and we've had a lot of them, and it is boring. Crypto is definitely boring right now. But this is an opportunity. It's like just buy on these dumps, because once this is over, Bitcoin's going into full-fledged bull run, alt season, whatever you want to call it. There's not too much else to talk about. That's pretty much it. I just want to talk about how even with all this going on, BlackRock drives 412 million Bitcoin ETF inflows amid Israel-Iran conflict. Bitcoin ETFs extend a 6-day inflow streak, adding 412 million on Monday as institutional investors shrugged off escalating conflict. So while everybody's selling in the stock market and Bitcoin's pulling back, all the big players are buying. I mean, guys, what else do you need to see? What else do you need to see? Everybody knows this is a short-term blip. This is a nothing burger. I've been saying it, it's a throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they already did. But I mean, it really wasn't even that big of a dump. I mean, yeah, altcoins are down like 6%, but yeah, Bitcoin's down like a couple $1,000s. Like, who even cares? It's not even affecting the markets all that much. And a lot of these big funds know it. They know once this shit blows over in Iran, and like I said, there's not much of Iran left. We've already taken out, or Israel's already taken out, like half the command structure over there. Like, there's nothing left. Like, there's no war. This isn't like two superpowers at war. This is basically a superpower versus cavemen. This is ridiculous at this point. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I want to say. There's not really too much else going on. Like I said, I just don't get why everybody's all pissed off about this war. It's like, I mean, I feel like I understand why people are like gun shy about everything that went on in Iraq and Afghanistan, but this isn't that. This isn't like, we're not like opening up hospitals in Iran and trying to teach the Iranians how to be Western. This is basically, we're just bombing a terrorist organization in the Middle East because they're about to have a nuclear weapon within the next year. That's all this is. And Israel is basically handling the brunt of it. And like I said, all we have to do is come in and do the finishing cherry on top bomb. So I don't get why. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's like way too emotional about everything. I see past all this stuff, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong on this, and maybe whatever's going on right now will lead to complete catastrophe. But I say Iran not having the capability for the next 15, 20 years to come up with a nuclear weapon is a good thing, especially with Israel pretty much handling it. Not to mention Iran has been funding terrorism for the last 15, 20 years. They're responsible for the Hamas and the October 7th attacks. Like, this is going to hit them really, really hard. And I really don't see a problem with it. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.